This keeps getting worse. Another Leafs defenseman goes down with an injury, as well as Ilya Samsonov speaks out about his game against Nashville the other night. We'll break all this down for you coming up on this episode of Hat Trick HQ. But before we get into that, we just want to say that 79.5% of you guys aren't subscribed. So if you're looking for a home to daily NHL and daily Leafs content, look no further. Go down below, hit that subscribe button, become a part of the Hat Trick HQ community, because me and Mark will be here all season long, keeping you up to date on what's happening around the league. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, and that is Liljegren goes down. And yes, unfortunately, another Leafs defenseman goes down with an injury. As we take a look here, Toronto is already without defenseman Jake McCabe after their game against Dallas, and now Timothy Liljegren goes down. He was hit along the boards by Predators forward Yakov Trenin, and he would not return. And Keith commented on this injury post-game. He said, "I haven't heard anything. All we know is it's an upper body injury, and we'll get him assessed when we get home." And Mark, obviously, this just sucks for the Toronto Maple Leafs because they're already down a defenseman, down a couple defensemen with Connor Timmins, and now another one goes down in Timothy Liljegren. You hate to see these injuries riddle a team. I know what it's like personally as a Habs fan when players go down, but Toronto does have the defenseman there to kind of step up and jump in place of guys like this.
Yeah, so we've seen Liljegren go down. I think the big thing is we did see previously, I think it was in 2020 and 2022 or 2023, Liljegren did have two upper body injuries. They didn't hold him out for a long time, so it's not like this is a reoccurring thing. We don't have clear information on how long he'll be out, but the big thing is here, we need one of him or McCabe back. I was impressed with Lagesson when he did come in. I know we do have someone Benoit as well. But the problem with this is you'd almost have to start playing your third pairing of Giordano and Klingberg up on the second line, and then you would have to bump these two guys up that haven't got a lot of time with the NHL or AHL so far. So you kind of get in the weird situation of running a lot of guys, your seventh, your eighth, your ninth defenseman, calling these guys up from the AHL, and just kind of patching this. If McCabe and Liljegren is out for a while, I think the Leafs almost need to look at a trade, possibly going out to pick up a guy that could fill in a bit of time, maybe a veteran, or if there's someone floating around on free agency.
Yeah, and I seen Giordano kind of say something about all these injuries the other night. He said he kind of wants to know if he's playing with a lefty or righty. He said he's finding it hard kind of switching it up, which you know it is. You're used to playing with a righty, say, and then you get thrown a lefty or vice versa. You know, it's hard to adjust your game in those situations. But unfortunately, like injuries have riddled a lot of teams so far this season, and we've seen with Toronto their defense, they just keep going down, and it just sucks to see because I feel like if the Leafs, like defensemen, were healthy all year, this team would be playing great. They already are playing great, but they could even be way better defensively. It would help the goaltending out a little bit too. But unfortunately, that's not the case. It sucks to see these guys go down. Hopefully, Liljegren goes out. He's not out for very long, and he recovers very quickly. But like you said, they do have guys there like Simone Benoit. Lagesson was recently called up, so they do have the guys that'll step in and fill these roles. We just hope that they can fill them in the right way, what Sheldon Keefe needs and what the team needs.
Yeah, because the big thing is you can go into the route of maybe taking Brody from the top line right D, put him down into the second line left D. So then you at least have Morgan Riley, TJ Brody, and Giordano kind of split up all play on the left side. But then you get in the weird situation of having to play Klingberg maybe on the top line with Riley or on the second with Brody. And then you kind of got to play guys on their off side with Lagesson and Benoit. So it's kind of weird. I hope that either McCabe or Liljegren can come back within the next game or two. But if this is an extended period of time, if you're looking maybe 2, 3 weeks or so on, I think you might want to look at just bringing in a guy for cheap that maybe has a bit more experience and is a guy that can almost shut down a tiny bit more.
Yeah, obviously we don't know the updates on all these guys. Like we said, Timmins is down now, McCabe is down, and now Liljegren goes down. Hopefully, maybe some of them are in the works of coming back, so they don't need to pick somebody up. So we hope that these guys just have a successful recovery and they can come back better than ever. But we're going to get into our second topic of the video here, and that is Sammy Speaks Out. And yes, Samsonov was in against that overtime loss against Nashville the other night, and he did say here about Ryan O'Reilly's goal. He said, "I need to go butterfly right away. What time At what time I see a stick, yeah, this is my bad. I'm sorry. And then it also says here they felt better as the night progressed. He says first period was a little bit hard for me. Yeah, second and third I feel my game. And he did also say here he feels better. I think it's a step forward for me. Result we lost, yeah, but we see a lot of positive things from me and the team. And Mark, it's great that to see that Samsonov isn't shooken up by this loss. I know it was an overtime. It was a hard fought game for Toronto, but it's great to see that he's not taking this loss hard and he's learning from these things.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I feel like the thing with Samsonov, I've said it before. You look at last season, he was incredible throughout the season. He went down with an injury towards then and couldn't really find his footing. So I'm hoping he does get the confidence. I think the big thing here is you can't really force Woll to play every game. I do think Woll is a guy that can take the starting role. I've said it a lot. But when you look at Samsonov, you still need this guy in the picture as well. You can't really push him to the outside, not get him playing time. Because if you ever get into the situation of Woll going down, then you have a goalie with not a lot of confidence coming in. So I think Samsonov will get a start within the next 1 to 2 games. I think they go to Woll next game. But the big thing with Samsonov is I feel like the team needs a big win. They need to push for a big win for him and just get him back into the winning charts, get him back with his confidence. And once that happens, I think we have a great 1A and 1B goalie.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. You don't want to kind of sideline this guy when he, like you said, he's come back from injury. He's trying to work through it, trying to get his confidence back up. You want him in there, and you want him to get a big win. So, like you said, his confidence goes back up, and he goes back to playing the way he is. And it's not like he's playing bad. He's playing really well in these starts. It's just unfortunate that he's not getting these wins. And I really do think that Toronto has two great goalies here, three really with Martin Jones in the pipeline as well. So I really do think that the goaltending is not an issue for Toronto. I think Woll can come in and steal a game on any given night, and Samsonov can come in and steal a game on any night as well.
Yeah, the big thing is if you kind of look at our previous topic is with the defense being a little shook up, we almost need these goalies to be at their A game, step up, and play big for the team, especially if we're running guys that aren't used to this high pressure. I know Benoit did play top 4 minutes in Anaheim last year. Their season was a little rough to start with, but you look at these guys that are coming up that might have not have this full-time experience. You really need the goalies to step in, steal you a couple games, make some big saves. I know Woll has looked like this so far, but Samsonov does need to get this groove back just to get him on the track to try to steal the starting job again.
Yeah, and like you said, like Lagesson just got called up. He doesn't have a lot of NHL experience, but he did look good in that game the other night. And like you said, Benoit, he's been there. He's played in the NHL. He put in a lot of minutes for Anaheim last year. So I'm actually really excited to see this guy maybe get a shot now with these injuries going out. I know I've been vocal on the channel about him before. I really like those defensemen that just go out there and lay the body and block the shots. And this is what you got in these two guys, Lagesson and Benoit. So I don't really think that it will impact them too much because I think these guys can come in and still hold their own on the defensive end. But obviously, you're not having your guys like McCabe and Liljegren who are in there every night and you can rely on them.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Well, we've seen Sidorov talk kind of bad about the team in Calgary so far, so maybe he's available.
Yeah, you never know. We'll have to see what happens here, but the main takeaway from this is that the goaltending is not shaken up. They're ready to go. Samsonov is learning from every game, learning to get better. And like we've seen here previously on the channel, that he has been working to get back to his regular game, and I really do think we'll see that soon. He has been playing great in these starts. It's just like Mark said, getting him back in that wing column, getting his confidence back up, and then we'll have two hot goalies going throughout the rest of the season. It's going to be great to watch. And the Leafs are kind of on a roll right now a little bit. I know they did come up short the other night, but the team's looking great. The goaltending's looking great, and it's just, it's just going to be in for a good season. But we're going to get into everybody's favorite topic here, and that is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to RB. He says, another good video, boys. Shout out to you, RB. We love the support. Obviously, we love seeing all your guys' comments down in the comment section below. It's great to interact with you guys. I know me and Mark are potentially discussing on having another live stream this week, so if you want to see that, make sure to put it down in the comment section below. Also, while you're down there, comment your thoughts on Liljegren going down, the whole Leafs defense situation right now, and your thoughts on Samsonov's quotes he come out with after the game, how you think he's been playing. What do you think the whole goaltending situation is going to be? Do you think it's going to be a 1-2 punch, or do you think one of them is going to kind of take it over and one of them's just going to be a backup? Let us know. And if you liked the video, make sure to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers, and we're getting pretty close, so I really appreciate it if you went down there, hit that subscribe button. But if you enjoy the Leafs, make sure to check this video out that's popping up on your screen right now. And I've been your host, KC, alongside my co-host, Mark Pye. Keep your stick on the ice.